I grew up a diehard Boston Red Sox fan. Every April we thought this could be the year, until it wasn't. But in honor of what used to be our national pastime, today I'm going to tell you what podcasting and baseball have in common.
And now, a look at what's trending in the podcast world and how it can help your show. It's the Jag Show Podcast.
When you start your show, it's April. You've got big dreams. You're going to be the next Serial or the next Joe Rogan. You're going to get millions of downloads and sell enough ads to quit your job and buy your own private island. Hope springs eternal, right? Then you get into the season and you realize that this is a lot harder than it looks and sounds. You need to be consistent and you need to spend a lot more time practicing or prepping than you actually do playing or recording. And even if you're a knock it out of the park type of player, you can't do it without teammates. That could be co-hosts, guests, virtual assistants, or VAs, editors, and more. And sure, it is fun to start, but it's a grind. And while everyone wants to win, would you be happy with a 500 record? Making the playoffs? Winning the pennant? What does that mean for you in terms of downloads and either sales leads or ad revenue? Here's one more comparison. Baseball interest has plummeted in recent years. Why? As our attention spans wane, the game has gotten slower. Time between balls in play has gone from 3 to 4 minutes, which added up over a whole game is a lot. And the longer your content, the more compelling it needs to be. Newsflash, you're not Sarah Koenig or Joe Rogan with a full staff behind you. Chances are your show can be more compelling if you keep it under 30 minutes. Lose the fluff. If it doesn't interest your audience, leave it on the cutting room floor. If you follow baseball, you know that this year has brought, forgive the pun, a seismic shift. For reasons too long to list here, baseball has gotten away from putting the ball in play, and everyone's just going for the home run. New rules have gone into place for the 2023 season to encourage more singles, doubles, triples, and steals to keep the action and the momentum going. Similarly, podcasting has swung for the fences. Look at the hundreds of millions of dollars Spotify and others have thrown around over the last few years. It just wasn't sustainable. And now, like many other industries, the podcasting world has started to contract, with the cuts at many bloated companies. As Vanity Fair put it, the dumb money is gone, or as Steve Goldstein of Amplify Media says, belt tightening will be good for podcasting. Articles are linked in today's show notes. More and more folks are listening to podcasts. After a brief dip in 21-22, as we came out of the pandemic, podcast consumption has once again grown this year to another all-time high, according to Edison Research's annual Infinite Dial survey. 4 out of 10 Americans, ages 12 to 54, have listened to a podcast just this week, and weekly podcast listeners average 9 shows per week. Chances are your show is not the next Serial, Smartless, or Stuff You Should Know. Those shows are the home runs. Your show might be a single, a double, or a triple. Heck, maybe even it's a steal. Baseball is learning that those plays are key to keeping the game exciting, and that's why your show is important to podcasting. If you have any questions at all about podcasting, you can find me online at jagindetroit.com, where I have a new guide to all the equipment you'll need to get started that is linked in today's show notes. And for my diehard team, the Boston Red Sox, playing in Detroit on opening day today, play ball and happy podcasting. Later.
The most popular ways to grow a podcast are recommendations of friends and family. So share this episode with someone you know. And for any questions you have about podcasts, find Jag online at jagindetroit.com.